Welcome back to another episode of MacGyver's Workshop. This is going to be episode 3 of the car parts installation for my son. And what we're going to do is we're going to install this special bracket that remedies some drivability issues and shift lockout issues that are experienced by the Mustangs with the manual transmissions. Now, there's a company called, was it Blowfish?
Want to do what to a fish?
Yeah. And they make this especially designed bracket that fixes the issue. So we're going to be putting that in here in just a bit. If you'll follow me over here, we'll start.
Did anybody bring this up?
Now the first thing we got to do is we have to take part of the old bracket off. I'm going to see if my camera assistant here can get up in there. And we are looking at that. I'm going to point at it with my socket here. You got to get that off, and that bracket that loops down around underneath the transmission and or the shifter linkage there, and we have to take that off. That's our first step. Okay, one thing you'll notice when you go to pull this out from up there is that it kind of has one of these little Jesus clips on there to kind of probably, I don't know, like a last ditch safety or something, not sure, but that will fight you on the way out, so just be aware of it, that it's there.
So, while the dad's away, the son will play. Just want to give you guys a heads up. You're going to come in here and get a look at this. If you notice in the V6 Mustang, the manual comes with a 2-piece drive shaft. One thing to note about this, if you're doing any work around here, if you take that drive shaft off, you have to replace it. So whatever you do, do not take that off unless you have a second one ready to go up in there. Alright guys?
Okay, so we have our one bracket with the black shifter mount in there, and we get it up, we just roll it up in over the drive shaft like this. You can see it's kind of laying on there, rocking back and forth now. And then we're going to loosely put the top, it's kind of like a clamshell over it'll go over that shifter assembly, much like the rubber bushing did. Only this is going to hold it in place a lot more firmly, which is what's going to help alleviate the shifter problems. Now it's keyed, so it's going to lay up in there real nice. I apologize if I'm not having a lot of light here, but let's see if we can get one of these started here. Here's where it helps to have good finagly fingers.
You got enough light to see that hold in?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Somebody
Jim.
say you need a light?
Yeah, it's still like the C though.
After it's all said and done. Okay, who's got the other bolt?
Who's saying?
And we got her starting a couple threads. Now, of course, it goes without saying we put good red Loctite on these. We don't want them coming out. So now this side, for some odd reason, is a little different, and we have to kind of go through this way, and it helps, like I said, to have a good a good set of nimble fingers here, because this is a bit of a tight squeeze, especially if you got fat fingers like I got.
Oh
yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm not thinking that's going to work. I'm going to need my son, can you get me a 10mm ratcheting box wrench off the wall?
Give him one of them 10mm ratchet wrenches.
Yeah.
Over there, around a corner, made a left turn.
Well, They're still beating hard to Jeff Gordon. I brought this just in case somebody wanted to get a suntan in here.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've actually always wanted to have a cataract surgery.
Yeah.
I just never really realized how to go about it.
Now you know.
No, I know. I can see clearly now, that's just a joke.
Alright, that's good enough to get her started. And that'll just kind of keep it hung there until we get our other bracket up in here. Now, for your V6, you have to have an extension here. This little extension bracket on there. I've just kind of got it halfway on there. We're gonna Loctite all this other stuff as well, but then this bolt, and this bolt right here. You want to undo all three of them about 1/4 of an inch out, so this can slide in there on them. Aww. Chucky darn. Or I can upgrade it to 2K. Love it. Just saying. I'm being dissing.
I've always wanted my remains to be scattered at Disney. But I didn't want to be cremated. What? I've always wanted my remains scattered at Disney World when I die. But I don't want to be cremated. Okay, I get you. Howdy, folks.
Okay, so now that we had our bracket hung on there, you saw how we got this clamshell bracket up here, and then it was just a matter of getting these bolts started. And like I said, I went in and put Loctite on them just to be sure we don't want any of that coming loose. And now it's just a matter of going in and tightening everything up. So I want to tighten this first. This is where we did those 3 transmission mount bolts, and that'll pull this bracket into line where it needs to be. Put that in there and hook her up real good. A swivel socket is very helpful on that. And I can, out here on the edges, I can go in like so.
You could actually use a straight bracket.
Yeah, maybe. That's all right. Now we have that. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to have that luck with the others. So what we're going to have to do is hold up that bracket. Remember that pry bar you bought at Harbor Freight? There's its mommy. Yeah, what I'm going to do is have Nick here push up on this so it will you can push up and hold on that, son. Hold that up, because that's going to get your shifter up where it needs to be until I can get these bolts locked down in place. And once we get all those tightened up, we are good to go.
You tighten the top ones yet?
Not yet. We'll have to tighten those, but so I said when I get all the bolts all tightened up,
Oh, okay.
then we were good to go. Not until then, though.
So Sorry, you mean bring the light to the other side? Or?
I'll go after this one like that. They purposely spread the bracket out a little bit, it looks like, to make it a little easier for you. And once we get this locked down into place, then Nick can let go of the pry bar here. These nuts are serrated, so they alone act to kind of lock themselves into place, but I put Loctite on them just for good measure. I think that's good, son. You should be able to pull that out now. Don't want to forget this one. And before we forget, a 10mm wiggler comes in great handy for this. We're in place where we're going to be with this clamshell bracket. The reason we don't tighten it up any sooner than this is because we don't know where it's going to fall on that tail shaft or that shifter housing. So, and again, you want to draw it up nice and even. You don't want to get too crazy. Now we got Loctite on that. Now this is aluminum, so we don't want to go too crazy with the torque. It's only a 10mm bolt, and that'll do for that. There you go, son.
Yeah, don't do an ooga dooga, just that first little.
Just first little oomph, that's all it needs, yeah. And then for these, we'll just got these remaining two here. Snug them up. These are the ones that catch on the extension bracket here. Apparently this extension bracket is only if you have the V6.
Or the EcoBoost.
Or the EcoBoost, yeah. But you're pretty much stuck with a wrench here on this because there's no way to get a ratchet or anything up in there.
But you know, after looking at this, that's going to be really fun replacing that drive shaft once I do.
Yeah. I'm afraid that it will be because the Guivo disc has to be undone. So I'll just make sure that whoever does it for you remembers to use Loctite when they go back together with all these bolts. Alright, I'm going to say that's done. Well, I am all good with that. So, now, with this brace installed, what it does is it holds that shifter in place better so that when the engine's torquing under load, when you're like coming out of a corner and accelerating or whatever, you know, the V6 has got really cushy motor mounts, so it's going to move around a lot. And when you have the shifter attached to the body, and then of course you have the transmission moving around, that changes everything, and depends on where, you know, where the motor is when it's torqued. And I guess depends on where your gear is. So with this, it ties it all to the transmission together. So I'll leave it to my son here when he goes and drives it and tell us how it feels when he gets back. So stay tuned. Okay, so now you have the Palladini clan here. You have my son Michael, and he's my oldest. And then we have Nicholas, he's my second oldest, and his lovely companion, Katie. Make sure I get this right.
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend.
There's no ring.
Companion. I was going to say companion. It's okay. But hey, in talking to Katie, she's in here like, you know, a new companion in the TARDIS. You know, she's like, ah, wow. You know, and I'm like, you got a little drool right here. She said, oh, no, it's not for me. She says, this is my dad. You know, he would just totally go grape nuts over this. So, Jared. Okay. Butt ton of work. We did save a lot of money. We built this whole shop, me and my wife, for about 11 grand. And that's being very, very thrifty and finding stuff on, you know, Craigslist and all this, that, and the other. And
breaking a few child labor laws.
Yeah, well, you know, we don't talk about that. So. Anyway, the trusses. Yeah. My workshop is 30 foot by 45 foot deep, and 12 foot ceilings. And as you've seen in the videos, we have the lift. It was a long time coming, you know. I've paid my dues laying on gravel, you know, and as we all have. But
yeah, actually, when you first started here, I think there was a patch that was concrete. They were working on the
original
BMW,
shop,
right
yeah.
there.
Yeah. It was like 20 by
20 by not big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were working on your BMW. It was like half on concrete,
half on
gravel and
mud, whatever. Yeah. So that was. But hey, if you look at my YouTube channel, MacGyver's Workshop, it's youtube.com/MA Palladini, or you can just search MacGyver's Workshop, and you'll find it. And you know, it's amazing. When I started this channel, my next door neighbor, he was all huge, big into YouTube and everything. And yeah, he got me into it. So, you know, I started doing it. It's amazing how many people live vicariously through this workshop. All over the world. UK, Australia, it's amazing. You know, they're just like, you know, they're on.
You have some pretty devout fans, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, Jerry, rock on, brother. Nice to meet you.
Side note, we made the drive just fine. She's here okay in one piece.
Yeah.
Tell him you're in one piece.
Yeah, because he probably doesn't call you any better than he calls me.
My wife's probably good.